That is going to be on my test. Number 2. Apparently it wasn't on the AP Psych test last year, which means I think for sure you're going to get a question or 2. And I think there's a good possibility it could be an FRQ because Erikson's that big. So I'm going to give you another 2-minute lecture of Erikson before we start. And I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to try to cover 3 modules in a day. I think they're easy. They've got a lot of terminology in them. There's a lot of people who have done experiments in the 3 things that we're doing. Plus we have another theory like Erikson we have to know. I want all AP Psych eyeballs up on me. 8 stages. Only 1 stage you have really no control over. That's the first stage. When you're a baby, someone else is going to take care of you or not. Okay? And when you're a baby, what is the main thing that you have to get in your first year?
Trust versus mistrust.
Trust. You have to have somebody that has to come along and feed you, take care of you, change you, love you, etc. Normally your mom takes care of that with other people helping. When you move on to stage 2, you're 1 year, 2 years, 3 years old, whatever. The main goal of stage 2 is to be able for you to figure out how to control your own body, especially bodily functions like pooping and peeing. Okay? And so 2, autonomy. You become a person that can handle your own. You can go to bed at night, wake up in the morning with a dry bed. And if you make a mistake, generally your parents, that's okay, you know, you get better. But if you don't get autonomy, you end up with shame and doubt. All right? Now, I'm going to skip the next 2 because I think those are the hardest 2. And then I'm going to go to you guys and me because I think these are easier. You start right around here, puberty to 20. This is you. This is my students. And not only am I going to help you with stage 5, and I'm going to help you with stage 6. What's the main thing that people want to know from you from about the time you hit puberty to about the time you get halfway through college?
What you want to do?
What are you going to do? What are you going to be? And you're identified by whoever you are. I'm a teacher. I'm a doctor. I'm a lawyer. I'm a garbage collector, so on and so forth. So when you're in this puberty to 20, you're going to establish your identity. Or if you don't establish it, you have role confusion. You don't know who you are, what you're going to be. You ever met a 20 or 30-year-old and still hasn't figured out who they are?
Yeah. Losers.
Erikson would say they didn't pass this stage. When you hit your 20s and your 30s and your 40s and you're done with college or whatever, and you've got your job or whatever, what's the main thing people end up doing in their 20s and early 30s?
Married.
Finding someone.
They got their job.
A mate.
It's find a mate or someone that they're very, very close to. Doesn't have to be someone that you're like sexually intimate with. It just needs to be someone that you're close to. It doesn't even have to be a relationship. It could be somebody, even if you're not homosexual, it could be somebody of the same gender, and you're just really close. You like each other. You like hanging out. You like going to an amusement park together. You like going to church together. You like watching movies together. Somebody that you're close to. But most of us, that's someone that we're close to is a marriage partner. Okay? And for most of us, someone that we're close to is a sexual relationship. But it doesn't have to be. Right? And so he would call this intimacy. And now his intimacy is not sexual. It's just a close relationship. And if you don't have intimacy, you are isolated. Intimacy versus isolation. This is where you guys are. Not there yet, but you're in this range and you're heading to this one. This is where Foreman is. So I'm going to help you with 4 stages between you guys and me. Right? In your 40s, 50s, 60s, the main thing for people, they've already got their job. They've already had their family, for the most part. They've had their kids are growing up, they're taking care of them. The main thing for people in this 40, 50, 60 is their job. And the main thing about their job is not what you think of it. It's what they think of it. I could be a McDonald's worker, and I could have started at McDonald's when I was 16, and I could still be at McDonald's to this day. And if I'm happy flipping those burgers and I'm handing those fries and I'm like, thank you for coming here, I'm serving the public and I'm happy doing that, then that's okay. Because it's my thought of my job. Or it could be a teacher doing that. Could be a teacher. Have you met a teacher that's not happy doing their job? And they kind of wish maybe they weren't here. Maybe they wish they would retire or something. Maybe they wish that, man, I wish I'd have picked something else. All right? So, in this stage, you're either generative, and he calls it generativity, and it's your opinion, or stagnation. Do you think I still feel like I'm generative, or do you think I feel like I've stagnated?
Generative.
I feel generative, and that's why when the principals asked me, you want to teach another AP class, I jumped at it, and I spent the whole summer preparing myself for it. Now this, I could be close to this one too. It doesn't have to be 60s, but it's 60 to death. Could be earlier. I mean, once you know that you're facing those consequences, then you're in that boat. But this is, again, how you think of it. When you're in this stage and you look back on life, and you look back and you say, dang, it was pretty good. That was a good 60 years I had. I wish there was more, but it was good. Or, that sucks. I really could have done a lot more. I could have met more people. I could have had a better job. I shoulda, whatever. So he would call this
Integrity versus despair.
Integrity versus despair. And again, I would hope that you guys think that I meant this one. I don't look back on life and feel sorry about anything. Not that I've been perfect, I've made mistakes too, but I feel like it's been a good life. I hope I get another 30 or 40 years, but if I don't, it's been a good life either way. Okay, now, I have the most trouble with the kindergartners and the kids in late elementary up to puberty. I have the most trouble remembering that. So what was my trick, the 4 words I said to remember? I get
Ice cream.
cold ice cream. All right? What's the main thing a kindergartner or a preschooler, when they're looking around, what are they looking to do?
Play.
Are they able to do everything everybody else does?
Nope.
Can they play marbles like everyone else? Can they kick a kickball like everyone else? Can they do the math problems like everyone else? That's what they're looking at. So it's industry.
Industry.
Or if they can't kick a kickball like everyone else, if they can't do the math problems like everyone
I
else.
thought it was initiative.
It is initiative. I figured that was wrong when I was writing it, but initiative, and if they can't do it, then it's what?
Isolation.
Nope. Guilt. That's why your G is there. I-G-C-I. Right? And then when you get to late elementary school up to puberty, what's the C? Confidence. It's like confidence, but confidence. They can do it. Or inferiority. If I were you, you either write this down, take a picture of it, get the one in the book, whatever. I'm still working on the book. But I'm